What's going on, everybody? Vince Goodrum here. It is the 4th of July, and I've been just a chilling like ever. Went to Ink and Ivory, had a few drinks, shrimp tacos. Then I went to Mythological Coffee, had myself a nice mocha, and had that mocha while listening to the guy playing some jazz music downtown Greenville, South Carolina. You know, whenever someone's playing music downtown, just throw a dollar in there. I mean, seriously, don't be a cheap ass or anything like that. So, sitting out there listening to that nice jazz music, smoking on a little Davidoff mini cigaretto, drinking my mocha. So I'm back inside tonight. I'm gonna probably go down to Chop House 47 and get me one of those non-vegan ribeye steaks. But in any event, I wanted to go over today. A lot of people have been asking me about cigars, and asking different questions. But one thing that's been disturbing me a whole bunch is a lot of people simply have been talking about them keeping their cigars out in the open or, putting them in Tupperware. And if you're doing that, then you are wrong. Wrong. So today, the great one is going to show you how to properly store your cigars, and for real cheap too. It doesn't really take much money in order to properly store your cigars. So, by the way, if you guys like my videos, just smash that like button below. So, uh, so that way I can continue with that. Like I said, I'm not a cigar expert, and I'm not going to put myself on that because I'm all about, packing on muscle and everything. This is still a lifestyle channel. But, since everyone has been asking me, I'm going to do a lot more cigar videos and try to share my knowledge with people. So, again, smash that like button below. Give the great one some support. So, the first thing is, of course, you don't want to, leave your cigars in a Tupperware container. That's just ridiculous. The reason being is because, your cigars are not going to stay fresh. They're also, there's no telling what type of humidity that you're going to actually have. So, so we need to, first off, find a good container. But a lot of people don't want to spend $100 like I did for my humidor. Now, when you step up to Super Saiyan level of smoking cigars, then yeah, you can invest in the, Mantello humidor or so forth. You guys seen it. It's very nice, but it's very expensive. And people can't afford things. So I'm going to show you guys a way to where you can keep your prices down low if you're starting out and enjoying a nice cigar. So the best thing to do whenever you're starting in cigars is you have to have the right container. But if you don't want to spend that much money, then I would suggest getting an acrylic jar humidor instead. They're very inexpensive, and they will keep your cigar up for many months. So let me show you one brand that I just went ahead and took a popular brand that I got on Amazon. I've used them before when I was starting out. They actually now have these for $12.99. And of course, with Prime shipping is free. So look, $12.99. You have yourself a way to keep your stuff stored. Okay? And I'm going to include the links to Amazon down below of all the products that's going to be there. So be sure to, if you also want to support my channel, because I can't go get donations or anything like that, check it out. Go to Amazon, get some of the stuff, or not get the stuff. It's not my business. If you keep your cigars in an improper place, well, you, just like Grizzly Jr. said, get what deserved. So we're going to open this up. I'm going to show you what this consists of. So, all right. I'm going to pull this out. All right. First off, of course, you have the instructions. it's pretty simple, you know. Important notes, do not drop any water or liquid in the humidor as it may damage the cedar lining. That is correct. Keep your humidor in a cool, dry place, and cigars must be stored at 65% to 75% humidity. Now, me personally, I keep my cigars right at 65, never 75, because then all that humidity is going to soak into the cigar, and that's going to make for a very tight draw. So, what it does is, man, it says to charge the humidor and put 2 to 3 drops of distilled water in it, which is this here. This here is the humidifier for this here, as well as this here is the container. You just take a few drops, and you have to make sure you use distilled water. Don't use any of that that other BS there. So, but you know, I don't use this here. I mean, I got like 2 or 3, but I'll show you what to actually use. But if you don't want to spend any more money than you have to, just make sure that you are keeping this loaded there, in other words. Now, as far as seasoning the humidor is concerned, you know, again, it says charge it up for 24 hours. We're not going to do that. That's not really necessary in my opinion, because again, we're not going to use this. I'm going to show you exactly what you're going to use, basically, okay? So let me show you the acrylic humidor. It's plastic. Now, unlike Tupperware, you know, this has a nice little seal to it that actually opens. Inside, there is cedar lining, and you need to have cedar lining in your humidor in order to, you know, make sure, because cedar keeps your cigars fresh. Now, I have to season a humidor that I have in the back, though. That's original. But this is an acrylic one. You don't really need to do that, so don't go and season it, because it's just a thin sheet of cedar, so you're going to be perfectly fine with that. Now, this here, we're going to snap it back loose. You notice that it seals very well. This one here, and this is the reason why I like it, $12.99. You also get a nice hydrometer along with it there. Good old-fashioned, ain't it? It's not very expensive. Right now it's at 60, but again, I don't use this here. I'm going to show you what to actually use instead that'll keep, you know, your cigars fresh for up to a year in this thing. And that's another benefit. You know, I have to talk, because I keep premium cigars in there, I try to change out my way of keeping my cigars humidified. But for this, nah, you don't really need to do this here, okay? So, got the humidor. So let's go ahead and if you'll give me just a minute here, I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I had to go get some, had a little thing I had to take care of there. You know how phone calls happen during, you know, whenever I'm filming. But the good thing is I'm learning this camera a little bit better. So, got the humidor. Now, what I actually use for this here, instead of using this, use this Boveda. Now, a lot of people think that this is used for weed, and actually it is, but you know, but the main reason why this company is around is for cigars. It's not for weed. As you can tell, this one here is 65%. You know, all you do is drop it in, and that's it, basically. So I'll post a link just the same as everything else. So let's go ahead and get a couple cigars in. So I'm going to put in Factory Smokes Connecticut. And this is a good brand for someone that's starting out. You know, 25 of these are just $32. And, you know, they are excellent smokes. These are my weekday smokes that, you know, I always have. On occasion, I'll put in one of my little top dollar ones, but for regular everyday smoking, you know, I stick with the Factory Smoke cigar. So, you know, You don't have to be real fancy with this. This will hold up to 18. So just put them in, just like so. They're not going to hold all of them. I'm going to put the rest in to my regular humidor. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I guess we can stick 2 more in here. Actually, no, that's right. We'll keep 14 in here because normally this would go in and then you can stick 18 in there. But we're going to put the little pack. Then I'll drop the pack in here. I'm going to open it up. Boom. Drop the pack in. Oh yeah. That way your stogies keep fresh. Can I get one more in there? Yes, I certainly can. You know, doesn't matter if you pack them tight or not or anything like that. They're still going to stay humidified. Yes, sir. Oh, a little too much here. So rest of these are going to go in my humidor. So now you have all your cigars in. You have the Belvita pack in there. So the last step you have to do is this. Close it up. And you are done. Your factory smokes, your stogies are good to go. $12.99, people. Come on, really? You're going to keep your stuff in a Tupperware container? So that's what I got to discuss as far as that's concerned. Now, other people have been discussing, you know, what other accessories should I have with the cigar? And again, no, there's a couple of things here that's in place now. The first thing you need to do is get a great lighter. I prefer this tri-mode lighter. It is excellent for lighting cigars. You don't want to use a regular cigarette lighter that you get from a gas station. You want tri-mode. And part of tri-mode cigarette lighters, or excuse me, this is actually a cigar lighter, and I'll explain why in just a minute. Part of this is it gives even burning, and it actually lights the cigar. You know, a cigarette lighter, it'll light those little cheap gas station cigars, you know, the Swisher Sweets, but we're talking about good cigars, you know. And actually the factory smokes are less expensive than the Swisher Sweets, so just giving you something to think about. That's all I'm doing. But the reason why this is I'm going to do this again. The reason why I like this cigar lighter is, let's say I'm out on the road and I need to stop into a cigar lounge and go get myself a Davidoff. If you turn it over, boom, hole punch. A simple hole punch, and you can twist the back end of the cigar. You can enjoy your cigar. Now, of course, you want to only use this with premium cigars. You don't really want to use this with a Cuban sandwich there. Part of the reason being is because a lot of Cuban sandwiches, they're packed tightly, and this gives you a little airway. So it could be for a very tight draw, in other words, very hard smoke. So that is the tri-mode. Now, as far as cutters are concerned, you know, one thing that I like is the V cutter. Again, very inexpensive. And what it does is it cuts a V into your cigar, and this is what I mainly use for premium cigars. I would also use this. This is also my go-to mainly for Cuban sandwiches, because since it's a lot of short filler in it there, you know, you don't want to be spitting out, you know, tobacco. So having a V cigar is good, as well as it gives enough draw into it without having all the stuff. And now you're still going to get particles here and there with any cigar, but you know, you don't want a mouthful of tobacco in your, you know, and stuff. So I always use a V cutter for you know, things such as the factory smokes. Now, Of course, my main go-to is, this is my big boy right here. Now, there's a lot of fancy ones you can get, but if you're starting out with cigars, you don't want to spend like $80 for one of those little clip-on things. This here, I think I paid. This is an 80. This is big enough to cut practically any size cigar. And believe me, there are cigars that are this big. Believe me. Don't put your hand through this, by the way. It will literally cut your finger off. Trust me. Super sharp. So, that's what you need. The only other thing is, with a good cigar lighter, don't forget to get a can of this here. Because you do need butane. So, well, that's pretty much it as far as this video is concerned. You'll find the links below for all the items that I've demonstrated, including the acrylic jar for storing your humidors, the lighter, and the cutters. If you want butane, you obviously can't get that online. You're going to have to go to a Lowe's. Butane's butane, so, you get what you need to get. So, that's all for today, people. I hope you guys have a wonderful 4th of July, enjoying a nice cigar. I'm going to have myself a Perdomo 10th anniversary. Enjoy the rest of the day. Already seen Joey Chestnut. He nailed down those cigars, even though ESPN fucked that whole thing up. But, that's just another thing. That's the way 4th of July is sometimes. Things go unexpected. So take care. Don't forget to smash that like button if you want to see more of the great one. Well, you're going to see me anyway, but please support the channel, okay? Take care.